Alright, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about the number one killer of motorcyclists. And it's not what you think. It's not wearing gear or speeding or trying to show off or being stupid. It's actually the root cause of all of those issues, and it's our ego. I think ego is the number one killer of motorcyclists, and I think it's super important that as riders we take the precautions to check it, to make sure we don't get ourselves into any shitty situations. Our egos can come out in a multitude of ways, most predominantly like speeding, not wearing gear, taking on situations that are just too advanced for your level of riding or where you're at, or maybe buying a bike that's way too big or way too fast for your skill level. And I think this is something that we have to learn to combat, because I think that most motorcyclists struggle with this, and at least I do. And I wanted to clarify in this video that I'm not coming from a place, like I'm not making this video to sort of come from a place of superiority or knowledge, because I struggle with these things too. That's a part of the reason I'm making this video, is to sort of reflect on the fact that I am a motorcyclist that struggles with this. I'm 18 years old, just out of high school, and I'm on a sport bike. I mean, if you can even call it a sport bike, it's an R3. But yeah, it's something that I really struggle with too, and I kind of wanted to make a video talking about that and discussing my struggles and how maybe we can combat these situations as motorcyclists. I have a story. When I was getting a tattoo, I would say about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, one of the artists there was a rider, and he said to me, let's go to the canyons tomorrow morning at 7:30 or 7 or whenever it was. And I had a bad feeling about it, but I decided to go anyway. And when we were riding in and out of the canyons, I started to go a little fast, and I was taking the corners relatively well. And I started to feel like hot shit. My ego started to creep up and get a hold of me. And here's the issue. The canyon started off very simple, like curves just like this, that I was taking pretty fast because they're mellow. And all of a sudden, the curves started to get really complicated and really windy and tight. And I was not prepared for this, so as I was approaching one of the first corners that got pretty tight, I target fixated really badly, and I completely went off into the ditch. Luckily, I didn't, I was able to stay on the bike and I didn't fall off of it. And me and my bike were fine, but it hurt my ego, man, because I felt like hot shit. I really thought that I was capable of doing these things when I absolutely wasn't. And I should have listened to that feeling I had right before I had gone, because I thought I shouldn't go. I thought it was a bad idea. I didn't really know this guy really well. I mean, he's an awesome dude, but I didn't know him really well. And I sort of was nervous. I kind of had a feeling that something was going to happen, and I knew that it was outside of my skill level to go on that trip to the canyons. And I mean, like I said, I want to speak from a place of authority, because I'm right here struggling with ego as well, especially when it comes to motorcycling. Yeah, that's one of the stories that I think kind of helped me go more down the right path, I guess, because it kind of did humble me and really teach me that, like, oh, I'm not invincible. I'm not that talented. That made me really realize, because I started to think, oh man, I'm a pretty good rider. I've only been riding for a couple months and I'm already tearing up the canyons. And then I almost crashed really bad when I went off into the ditch. And it made me realize from then on, oh, I'm not a good rider. And I'm not going to attempt something like that, at least at those speeds, until I get more comfortable on the bike. It really made me realize that I'm not a good rider. And I think that was incredibly beneficial to me, and I'm almost glad that it happened. I mean, I'm glad I didn't get hurt or anything like that, but I'm glad that it happened because it was a situation where I could learn a lot from. If we go to a statistic I found from 2022 and 2023, which I'll put the link down below, because I'm not sure that I'm going to get them exactly spot on, because I'm not looking at the statistic, but I believe it was nearly 50%, give or take, of motorcyclists that died weren't wearing helmets in the year 2022. I think it was 26% were riding impaired of all fatalities, and 35% had to do with speeding. I might have messed them up or flipped them around or whatever, but I think that those statistics bring us a clear picture that motorcyclists struggle with ego. Our egos can, I think, make us feel pretty invincible, and I think that is the most detrimental thing to us on motorcycles, because we are absolutely not invincible at all. I mean, we're the most vulnerable things on the road. I mean, look at this. I'm completely open to the entire world and to everything around me, and the protection that I have on is what I'm wearing: a helmet, gloves, a jacket, and things like that. And I think that when you look at the statistics I just gave, like not wearing a helmet or reckless riding or thinking that you can drink and still handle being able to ride, those situations say that these people thought that they were invincible, that they didn't have to have a helmet, or that they were able to handle those drinks and nothing was going to happen to them. And I think that that's the biggest issue. Humility is what's going to keep us alive on our bike, and we have to learn how to check our ego, to not get into situations that we're not comfortable with or that'll end up being dangerous to us. Whether that's a situation like I was in the canyons, or maybe a road rage incident. Learn how to walk away from those things and say, I'm not comfortable doing that, and that's completely okay. I mean, you're not being a bitch for doing that or anything like that. That's a good thing, and that is checking your ego, and you'll be able to ride and do it safely that way. At the end of the day, it's important that we learn to ride our own ride and to just not be stupid with it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep trying to put out videos every week. And yeah, I'm having fun with this, so I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.